Because really, it's not about me. It's not about the validation and the seeking approval. It's about giving.
Meters, 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 meters. Meet creators with Pixani. This is a space to show all creators of Central Florida in English and Spanish. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to a second episode of this podcast, Meters.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Woo. Meet creators with Pixani, and thank you so much for having me today. And today is very special because I am with Ramsey, who is a very great singer. So for all of you, you're gonna, just not just my voice, que yo canto así como que horrible, o de repente mi voz así como, qué chillona. No, pero you're gonna have Ramsey here, and he's gonna, at the end, just a little, for you to have, like a, una prueba chiquitita de cómo él canta. We're gonna have him here. And we're gonna talk about he beginnings and what he does for his life. So Ramsey is a very great singer. He sings here in Central Florida. He's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. What's your username or how can you find you?
Ramsey Clark. If you just look up Ramsey Clark.
Perfect. Ramsey Clark. You can find him in all platforms. And he also is a broker.
Mm-hmm. I have no money.
Yeah.
I'm a broker.
Yeah. You got me there. He's a broker for solar panels. So for all of you that you want to buy, not to buy, like you want to install and to make a change to the world, and you want to change to solar panels, he's the one. Number one, okay? From right now, we're going to meet him right now. And I hope you to have fun. How are you doing
Thank you.
today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me here. The place is amazing. I was talking to my aunt before our on the way here, and she was giving me tips to not speak too much and to keep it in the middle because I can be a bit over the top. And I said, absolutely. So this is my my good boy.
You want to take it easy?
Yeah, just taking it easy, keeping it cool.
But just for you to know, you can be yourself.
Yeah, no.
Okay?
I just thought that was cool.
Problem. I have no problem with that at all.
I appreciate that.
So I wanted to bring you to the podcast because this is a podcast with me meet creators. And this is an Spanglish version, so we're going to talk back and forth about the Spanish and English. But for me, to have you here, it was a very special place for you to show what you do. And for us to know what make you, and this is going to be like the first question, what make you decide that you wanted to live from your talent? And when I'm saying this, I'm meeting both sides. Because even though some people can think, oh no, solar panels is like, like a very straight lifestyle. But it takes a lot of creation in there. It takes your personality. So what make you change in your life for you to say, I'm going to make a change to the world. This is going to be my contribution. And I'm going to live with this, with my voice, my musical skills, and with my personality to bring it to the solar business?
Great question. Wow, really good question. To tie it, so I'm a musician. I've been a professional musician for about 15 years now. I went to school here in Orlando, grew up in Orlando, went to Dr. Phillips High School, and then I went to Valencia for about a semester or about a year. Yeah, about a year. Studied a little bit of vocal performance specialization. I sang in high school. And
so you took it serious from the beginning?
Yeah, I love singing.
Okay.
I love singing. You can't get me to stop, which is ironic because when I was a kid, I was so shy. I was terrified of singing in front of people. And now you just can't get me to stop. And then, so I did that. I traveled overseas for many years, for about 10 years, traveled the world, Morocco, Bahrain, Indonesia, Malaysia. Yeah. China, it's amazing. You know, I speak a few of the languages, had some amazing adventures, met some incredible people. Came back to the States in 2019 because I had a herniated disc in my lower back, L5S1, and had to come off tour. But it was a blessing in disguise because that led me down this other path that I took, which was performing over here, connecting back with my family and being closer to everyone because I was traveling all the time and I'd come over maybe once, twice a year. I'd see my family. So I missed them and I wanted to set some roots here. But
So your mom is very happy right now.
oh man, she's ecstatic.
Yeah.
You should have my mother on this podcast.
Really? Okay.
She's
bring her.
incredible.
Okay, let's.
She's
bring
so
her.
funny. She's crazy.
Oh, I love that.
You'll love her. You'll love her.
Okay, I got it. Let's bring your mom. So your mom is happy because you're here. You're happy, and also you met your love partner.
Yeah. So funny story. So I transitioned from music and I got into sales. My brother was managing at a company and offered me a job in solar, and I said, you know what, let's give it a shot. And he taught me and helped me out and showed me the ropes, and I learned so much. I did well with the company at the beginning, a few months, and then I was presented with the opportunity of where I am now, which is Power. I'm an independent consultant for Power. Essentially, that means I'm my own broker. So I work for myself. I have my own branding, but it's on the Power platform, which is a tool that we all can leverage, anyone who's interested, and change the course of their life, the environment, and really give back and make a change in the world. And doing this job, you know, there's a lot of ways you can go about doing this job. You can do door-to-door sales. You can do marketing online. You can do cold calls. You can do. It's just you have to be creative, as you said. It's not easy. And I did door knocking. I do door knocking. And I knocked on my partner's door 6.5 months ago, and she said no.
Of course. She was going to say no. If she says yes, that's not story aquí.
Exactly. It wouldn't have been as good. So she says no, and I say, okay, in my mind, I'm like, plan B. Hey, by the way, what are you doing tomorrow? And then I start dancing and singing for her and doing a little show, and I almost stumble and fall, and I guess she felt sorry for me. And she came out the next day. And now I live with her, and we live together, and we got our solar panels installed that I sold her. We got them installed last week. So crazy how life works. You literally have to knock on opportunity's door and just take action. And
take action. I like that.
That's it.
Because I see from the story that you're telling me that is your life, that you always have taken action about it. And I wanted to go back to that teenager who decided as a young age that he wanted to be a creative, that he wanted to sing, he wanted to take it serious. That's what I told you, because many people just, I like singing, just do it, you know, but you took it serious. What was crossing your mind at that age? Like what made you click with art in general?
Great question. I think I'm just lucky because I love it so much. It wasn't really a chore for me, so I wasn't as good. It's gonna sound, cocky. I wasn't as good as I am now, but I've gotten better. I've evolved. I've developed as a musician, as a singer, as a performer. So when I first started off, I wasn't very good. I had a decent ear and potential, right? And that's why just sticking with something and getting those 10,000 hours in, and if it's something that you like doing, it comes easier, and then you can start perfecting and crafting your art. I was insecure, still am, in a lot of ways. I think we all are, right? That's why a lot of us are artists and performers. We're all seeking validation and approval, and that's okay because we're social creatures, and that's the way we're wired. It's all right. But once you're aware of it and you can take a step back and look at it and be like, oh, okay, I get it now. So I don't have to take this that serious. I don't take myself that serious anymore. So now I'm just more open to feeling and being free and connecting with people, listening to people, not being afraid, as a lot of us are sometimes, and in pursuing arts and music and putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, getting on a stage, public speaking, knocking on people's doors. These are things that take bravery. It's scary.
It's scary.
Scary.
I know. I can imagine. Like, not everybody stand up in front of a lot of people and start singing. Number one, and not everyone goes no, knocking doors and say, "Hi, can I sell you my solar panels?" When also there is a lot of people over there that they don't understand the needs that the world have for a change in energy. I was just actually looking this week. There was some news, like they were saying the cut down, the clock is está en los últimos 7 años. So we're now in the last 7 years to make a change for the war.
We're in red zone.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that takes a lot of brave from you, which is I congratulate you for being brave to doing that. And I wanted to ask you, knowing all these situations and more, not thinking like it's a business because it is, but also what make you fall in love with the idea of the planet needs a change, and the change in your contributions can be solar panels?
It kind of came about randomly, even though looking back and stringing it all together, I'm just like, oh, it makes sense. Me performing overseas and traveling to all these countries, I got to see a lot of poverty. I got to see a lot of different situations and a lot of technology too.
Especially, yeah, because, well, for people that have traveled outside the U.S., you know what it means. But there are a lot of people that haven't known another world, and the world outside U.S. is completely different. It's the opposite.
I had reverse culture shock when I came back to the States after being away for so long because of the advertising and just how everything's a show here. Like, it's all a performance, and it's just interesting. Like, when I was in China, it was there's advertising and it's very over the top as well, but there's different places like Morocco where the advertising has its own subtleties, and then in Europe or Indonesia and Malaysia, and just, I don't know. It's when I came back, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling bombarded. How do I act? How do I interact with people? Because I was just so used to approaching people, say, in Malaysia or in Morocco, they have a certain way that every culture has its own flavor. And that's why I feel so grateful that I got to travel and taste all the flavors of the world that I got. And then I want to take that and bring that into this little stew of me that I'm cooking. And I want to present that to people as an entree and say, look, this is what we can do together if you drink from my soup, my magic soup of love, that over the years, traveling and performing and different avenues that I thought were random are actually coming together to meet at one joining point that's actually leading to my development of my purpose and my higher meaning and my giving back and my because really it's not about me. It's not about the validation and the seeking approval. It's about giving. So that's what, like, at 35 years old, where I've come to, it's like, what are you going to leave behind? What are you going to do for other people? It's not, what are you going to get for yourself? What am I going to buy? What am I going to, no, it's, what are you going to give? And this last year has been pivotal for me in my way of thinking and just like enlightening myself and getting to that next phase of life of where, okay, you gotta get your stuff together, and you gotta be a man. Because I was living in a bubble for a long time, hotels, everything paid for, having a good time. I'm fortunate. I did life backwards kind of. A lot of people work their whole lives to have the vacation. And I had the vacations in my 20s. Now I'm in my 30s, and it's time to do some meaningful things, and I'm doing it, and I'm growing every day, and I'm noticing it, and that's part of the reason why I'm here, because we're attracting, each other.
And do you consider have you made many mistakes in your life?
That's a good question. If I'm being honest, too many to count. Too many to count, but it's not bad. These are lessons. These are learnings. These are the nuggets of how we grow.
And what would you say to a kid that would like to, to eat the world, but is too afraid to start his process or her process? What would you say to them?
I would ask them if they were a vegan or carnivore. First of all.
No, that's good. Why? Tell me.
because then I would get into, well, why are they vegan or carnivore? And then I would get into, how do you feel? How do you look? How do you perform? Do you feel like this could be the proper way to feed yourself? Why? And then once I throw them off with that, then I would ask them, why do you want to eat the world? And I would just kind of get into their why, and just ask them questions and see what they tell me, and then go off of that. And that's another thing that I'm learning with sales and business is, telling is not selling. And I'm a performer by just my nature. I'm extrovert. I'm hyper. So I'm always blah, blah, blah. Look at me. Ooh, look what I can do. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, validate me. I'm so good. Woo. But selling it's communicating. It's a transfer of energy. It's being empathetic. It's listening to other people to see if there's a problem that I can find, first of all, and then solve. And by doing that and providing more value than what I'm compensated for, I'm always going to get the better end of the stick, because the more you give, the more you get. So it's just, it's amazing how, I love this stage of my life where I'm learning these things. And it's like, before I used to hate reading. I never used to read. And now I picked up books, and I'm just nurturing my mind, and it's, it's insatiable. It's like, oh, there's so much to do. And I love it because it takes me away from social media as well. So that's why I like reading too, because that's my kind of meditation time. It's like, all right, we're getting away from technology. We're dunking the head in at least an hour, 2. It's between an hour or 2 every morning. I wake up, go to the gym at 5. When I get home, I read for an hour or 2. And I have to stick with the same book. I split it up into 7 sections, and I read 1 section a day. So I have to read a book a week. I don't always reach the goal, but, it's a lot better than not reading before.
Exactly, yes. So you will say that life is a process. They need to go through it, and questions are the more important. Mm-hmm. It's more about questions than answers.
I think so. And it's funny that I say it, but yeah, it's about just going within, your energy.
This episode is thanks to our sponsor, Secret Art Studios, located in St. Cloud, Florida. This is a place for creators where you can simply do your photography, videography, or podcasting. Simply type secretartstudios.com on your browser, or at Secret Art Studios on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Exactly. I love it. So let me play your music, because I have you here on my playlist. But right now we're going to play. This is going to be some shots. There are 3 shots that are here. One of them is alcohol. And then you're going to pick one. I'm going to pick one. If you take the alcohol one, you're going to answer an awkward question. If I take it, you're going to be the one who asks me something.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Sounds good?
Sounds good.
So let's play the music. Okay, we have it here. Nice. Yeah. And let's take the shot.
All right.
I love it. Okay. Let's do it here.
Salud.
Salud. This was water. That was alcohol? Water? Oh, man. Okay, that's good.
That's all right.
That's all right. What about if... Let me just put it a little down, low. Bajarle un poquito el volumen. So I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to ask me a question.
That works.
That works?
Like that.
It's fair? It is? So, what is the craziest thing that you have done? But that one that you will say, man, I went off the walls.
Jumped into a pool in a private event in China naked. I went streaking. It was a big poshy event with TV crew and everything. And I was the king of the world, right? So I can do anything. And I was in, where was it? It was in Shenzhen, and we were doing a private event. And we were eating, drinking, and my friends are like, hey, they're Quebecois from Montreal. They're, Ramsey, you should go into the pool naked and take off your pants. I'm like, yeah, I should, shouldn't I?
Were you drunk or you were sober?
I wasn't drunk. I don't think I was drunk. I don't think we were allowed to drink. No, I don't think I had a drink. No, I was sober. I was definitely sober. But it was cold, and it was raining. And I was in really good shape at that time because I was doing like calisthenics, and I was like, oh, you know, I was working out hard. So I was like, yeah, man, great time to go show my body and get some validation. So
what happened?
So the manager, the event manager was right next to us, and he's like, yeah, go if you want, man. All good. And I look at the bass player, Rick, his name, I call him Ricky Bobby. He's like, oh. And I'm like, so then I guess the manager thought that I was kidding. So I take off my pants and I run and I jump in that pool and I'm free. And then all the cameras come up to the pool and they start taking pictures and stuff. And then one of the girls is like, no, you cannot do this. You must put on your clothes. Blah, blah, blah. I was just freaking out. And I'm like, oh, they told me I could. And then the guy's like, oh my God.
Better to say sorry.
Yeah.
Than how's it?
Better to, what is it? Better
be safe than sorry? I don't know.
It's just better to.
Yeah, it's better.
It's just better.
Yeah. So ask me a question.
Okay, question for you.
Yes, question for me.
Awkward question or like any kind of question? Just
Whatever. It's your time.
okay. What scares you the most?
Wow, what a big question. What scares me the most? Not being loyal to myself. Like everything that I eat right now, and I think I had a kind of same process that you have had for the last years. But right now, everything that I do, it have to be loyal to who I am. If not, I'm not gonna make it.
Wow.
So I would say that what will afraid me or scare me is doing something that is not what I really want to do or I love.
It's not on your purpose.
And it's not on my purpose.
Wow.
So I try to make everything.
I love that.
Yeah.
See, that inspires me to stay on my purpose and go knock 4 hours after this. Even though I don't want
Exactly.
to, and I want to make an excuse as
Excuses.
to why I don't want to do. I'm scared. I don't want to do. But you got to do it. You got action. Just push through. You know, it's a state of mind,
Exactly. It's a state of mind.
and it gets easier though.
And no excuses.
No excuses. There's only actions.
Exactly.
That is my religion. My religion is a religion of actions.
Perfect. So now I want to prove your talent. I would like for you to sing something. Whatever you want to sing. It could be this song, A State of Mind. It could be any other song. It could be something, from whatever you like.
Okay.
I would like for you to give us your talent.
Well, I wanna
Just a
turn it
phrase
on
or
you.
two.
Any requests? Any?
No?
No.
No.
Anything you'd want to
It's
hear?
your moment.
Okay. Here, I'll give you, just because it's so broad, let's narrow it down to Queen, Maroon 5, or you pick one. How about that? Get you in here.
I like the Queen one.
Queen?
Yeah,
All right.
that.
Any song? That you
any
like?
song.
Queen, Freddie. Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world jammed inside out here, floating around in ecstasy. So don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star reaching to the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity.
¡Ey! Te di un poquito de melodía también.
You were. I didn't want to stop. Don't stop me now. Having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now if you want to have a good time. Just give me a call. Don't stop me.
No! High five! I love it. So this was Ramsey Clark.
Thanks, guys. Remember, you are the difference. It's all in you. Let's be the change and find our inner solutions and change the world. Love you guys.
How can we find you online?
I did the kiss too early. Whoops. Ramsey Clark is my personal one, and my brand is INNERGY Solutions.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here. I love it, and I hope to all of you have a great day wherever you are right now. And this was Meters. I see you in the next time.
Thank you. Oh, INNERGY, as in INN, not energy.
Oh,
Just in
energy.
case.
Okay.
I'll spell it wrong.
Energy for everybody.
Energy, because it's inside of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks to our sponsor, Secret Studios, you have heard Meters with Pixani. Don't forget to listen to us in all platforms and to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Meters. Bye-bye. Bye-bye was like too much, right?